Hello everyone, and welcome to the video. As you saw by the title and thumbnail, no, this is not clickbait. This is something that actually happened not too long ago. I'm just going to get to the point right away instead of talking too much, and just get to it right away, and then I will show you the footage right after. So basically, like 3 weeks ago to a month ago, somewhere around there, my parents and my aunt and uncle met in Kansas City, went to a Royals game, and then went to this brewery place in not the greatest part of Kansas City, Missouri. And just to make this clear, in the title I did say our truck just because it would sound better and it would make the title shorter. It wasn't actually our Tundra, it was my aunt and uncle's. If you guys have been watching the channel for the last few months, you'll remember that 2008 Tundra that I filmed at Luxury & Imports has over 400,000 miles that my aunt and uncle ended up purchasing. If you saw that video, you'll remember that that truck was basically in mint condition for its age and mileage. It was unbelievable. I was absolutely blown away. We were all blown away by the condition of it because of the age and mileage, but it literally looked almost brand new. So if you haven't seen that video, go watch it after you finish watching this one. So to get to the point, they were in Kansas City, Missouri. They went to this brewery place, and as you'll see in the security camera footage here in a second, the parking lot is actually right across the street from the building that they were at. So the camera that's on the building that they were in, as you can see in the camera footage, is across the street. And this was literally in the middle of the day too. So basically what happened is my parents were in our 2016 Yukon Denali, as you can see in the photos and the footage. And my aunt and uncle parked right next to them in their Tundra. And while they were in there, it looks like these people probably do this regularly, because these two dudes pull up in this white Chevy Colorado, the body style from 2015 to 2022, that generation of Colorado. And as you can see, the truck does not have a license plate on it. Clearly, these people do this regularly. It was obviously smart of them to take the license plate off so nobody can get their license plate number. And there's obviously many white Chevy Colorados around the U.S. So anyway, they pull up. They look inside our 2016 Yukon Denali for a while. They checked almost every window, and I think their goal was to bust a window and grab something that was just easy to grab off of a seat or something, so they didn't actually have to get in the car, basically so they could do it in a few seconds and then dip. And that's literally exactly what they did. So as you'll see in the footage, they pull up, they look in my mom's car's windows like for a while, and I guess they didn't see anything that they could quickly grab, so they drive away. As those people park behind them and start walking in, obviously they don't do anything, but they ended up turning around and coming back to the parking lot, because one of them must have said, "Oh, you didn't check that truck next to the Yukon," which was my aunt and uncle's. So as you'll see, they roll up again, and he goes and is looking inside the windows of their Tundra. And I guess they had their luggage and a few bags and stuff sitting on top of the rear seats. And as you guys probably remember, if you saw that truck, the Tundra has obviously a bench seat in the back, right by the windows. So as you'll see, he gets this thing out and hits the window. I'm sure he's using like some tool or something that can easily break a window. He hits it several times, and the full window busts. He reaches in there, grabs a couple bags and stuff, and dips out of there fast. And unfortunately, the camera is too far to zoom in and identify their faces or anything like that, because they didn't have like a ski mask on or anything like that, surprisingly, since it was in broad daylight. But they must know there's no close by cameras that can pick that up. And obviously they don't have a license plate on their truck that they were in, so they were prepared for this, and clearly they do this regularly. So that really was an unfortunate thing that happened. And like I said, this was at the brewery place in Kansas City, Missouri. I'll actually put the address of where it was either on the screen or in the description. But after they talked to the people that own the place, I guess there are people that do that regularly. So basically what ended up happening is they called the cops because they went up and the window was completely busted and their stuff was gone. Luckily, they didn't take the most valuable stuff in there, but they did take I mean, stealing anything is not right, obviously. And these low-life mofos, you know, they busted the window, they took the stuff, because apparently they have nothing better to do in their life than do that, which is so unfortunate. So they called the cops, and the lovely Kansas City, Missouri police said that they would not be able to get there until 4 hours. It would be a 4-hour wait for them to get there and try to do anything about it, which obviously they wouldn't. Those people were long gone, and there was really nothing they were going to do about it. But 4 hours, come on, you know? So basically, they said, F it, we're just going to leave. So they left, and they went home because, you know, it's great that everything is replaceable, but still getting stuff stolen is ridiculous. And they busted the window, and that's not going to be a cheap fix. So long story short, they got the window fixed on the Tundra. Everything's fine now. It took the brewery place this long to send us camera footage of this. But luckily, it is a good video. We see their truck, and can't identify the people that did it or get a tag number because they didn't have a plate on it, which shows that they do this regularly. I mean, if I was going to do something like that, I would obviously take my license plate off. So yeah, that was a very, very unfortunate thing that happened. And, you know, it's really too bad that people are that low life to go do something like that. That apparently they have nothing better to do in their lives than do that. Definitely probably don't have jobs or anything like that. That's probably how they make their money. They steal people's shit and go sell it or do whatever. So I decided to go ahead and insert the full video, the non-zoomed in version of the full video from the security camera footage, and show you guys that, because the other parts that I showed you were zoomed in on the car. So as you can see, the parking lot to the building is right across the street. The building that you see in the photo is not the brewery place. So as you can see right there, they pull up. Guy gets out. So I did go ahead and put the zoomed in part for this part where he gets out. He goes up to the Yukon, our Yukon Denali. He's looking in the windows and apparently doesn't see anything on the seats that would be quickly accessible if he broke the window right away. Then he goes over to the Hyundai over right next to the truck. As you can see, he's looking in those windows too. What a jackass. I mean, how low life and how much of a pussy do you have to be to do stuff like this? Now, as you can see, he's getting back into his truck. And now you can see this other white SUV pull up. So it must be a family going to the brewery. So they're sitting in the truck right now because they saw somebody pull up. People are going to get out here in a sec. So now they start to pull out of the stall, and his buddy that's driving, who's too much of a little bitch to get out of the truck, I guess, says, oh, you forgot to check the truck next to the Yukon, our Yukon. So they wait for this family. As you can see, they're walking over to cross the street to go over to the brewery. They're sitting there, they're waiting, because they got nothing better to do with their miserable lives. What losers. So zoom back in here. He gets out of the truck after the family disappears and goes into the building. He's walking over to the truck here, looking in the window, looking for something he can just bust the window and just take right out of there right in a few seconds. He's looking to see if no one's looking, has this thing hitting the window several times. Window busts. He grabs the stuff that's sitting on the seat right next to the window, not the other stuff. Looks like it's 2 bags here. He's running away like a little bitch. Gets back in his truck. So now they're pulling away somewhat quickly. Well, not quickly yet. Now they're coming. With their truck without a license plate because I guess that is kind of smart if you're going to do something like this. But if you can see that street sign, if you guys are in the area and, okay, see, there's their truck right there. And it looks like they make a left. If any of you guys watching happen to be local to the Kansas City, Missouri area and spend a lot of time in that area of town where that place is, and you see a white Chevy Colorado like this that either has or doesn't have a license plate or just looks anything like the one in these photos, I guess let me know if you see them. I mean, there's not anything we're going to do about it, but out of curiosity, let me know. That'd be awesome. My mom thinks they came from some house like nearby, so I don't know. I even was curious and went on Google Earth and like scouted the area out, but the dates were too long ago for, you know, to maybe stumble across that truck in a driveway or somewhere nearby, because they turned off the road that goes to like some dead end, and then they went back, and then they came back, took the stuff, and also went back in that area. So I don't know. But anyway, unfortunately, I mean, they're not going to get their stuff back, which sucks, but you know, thankfully most things are replaceable and nobody got hurt because they weren't out there at the time. They didn't get the most valuable stuff that was in that truck, which is really, really good. I'm not going to say what it was, but there was stuff in the truck that if they would have gotten that, we'd be in a whole different situation. So I thought I'd come on here, and the least I can do is expose these people, or try to expose these people, make a video out of it, and give you another update on the 400,000 mile Tundra. Not the update I wanted to make, obviously, but I haven't seen the truck since they got it, but hopefully I'll get to see it soon, and I'll take pictures or show you guys and give you guys an update on that. It's still running strong. They haven't had any issues with it, so that is great to hear and expected, being a Tundra. So I'm sure that thing could easily go another 400 and some thousand miles. So yeah, if any of you guys live near there and know who these people are, or see that truck in that area, let me know out of curiosity. And yeah, if there's any more updates that come on this situation, which I'm assuming there won't be since it was a while ago and there's really nothing we can do about it now, but it's cool that we got this footage because that at least shows us. But yeah, I'll let you guys know if there's any more updates, which most likely there won't be. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and share that unfortunate news with you guys. Thank you guys for watching.